Cooley. I'm a 40-2130 student. I'm in tutorial 15. The point that I contributed in the embedded project was the sensors, the rain sensor. For first, rain sensor. It is composed of two components, two hardware components. One of them is connected to a component inside that takes 5 volts, and the ground. And this sensor has an analog signal that has a value between 0 and 1023 that measures the intensity of the water that's falling. And this sensor, if there is rain, the LCD will display that it's raining. The other sensor is for measuring the fuel level. If this sensor is put into water, it would level the percentage of the fuel present in this cup, for example. It's also composed of three. It takes also a 5 volts, a ground, and an analog signal. It has a value between 0 and 1023. That has a value between 10 that measures the depth and makes it a calculation in order to get the percentage of the fuel. Other thing that I did was the seat belt. The seat belt is it's responsible. If you press on the seat belt, that means that you wear the seat belt, and it's also connected to the buzzer. The seat belt would send an output that is transformed to an input to the Arduino. The Arduino would know if it's pressed. Then if the value of the sensor is 1, then this person is wearing the seat belt. If the sensor value is 0, then this person is not wearing the belt. And then the buzzer would work because it would signal to the person that he's not wearing the seat belt, and to tell him that he has to wear the seat belt.
Hi, I'm Nadine Dugari, 40-399 T13. So basically speaking of my contribution to the embedded project, I have these two lane sensors. The sensors mainly render whether the car is staying in its lane or if it has shifted to another lane. Based on that, the sensor itself, it oversees the lane. It oversees the surface below it. If it's black, then it doesn't render anything. But once the color change, for example, the white, in the case of lane shifting, it will render 1, which will be then delivered to the it will be Arduino, and then that will light up the sensor and give the buzzer to the user to know that he has shifted lanes. I've also contributed in the screen itself. This LCD screen, it renders if the car is unlocked. If the car is unlocked and has not started engine yet, then it renders start engine. And if the car has already started engine, then it renders the value of the rain and the fuel sensors, in which it has 16 columns and 2 rows. It renders the value of the rain. If it's raining, then it says it's raining, and if the fuel is low, then it says that the fuel is low. And that's pretty much it.
So I am Ali Muhammad Wael, 40-2051. I'll start today by talking about the start engine. This is the button for the start engine. When it's clicked, it's set to 1. When it's not, it's set to 0. This button is an input to the Arduino. Now we'll talk about the joystick, which is linked to the servo motor. The joystick takes 5 volts and ground. It is linked as an input to the Arduino, unlike the servo motor, which is an output from the Arduino. Okay, so the joystick, we're only working on the x-axis, not the y-axis. The x-axis like this. Here it's starting from 0, the middle is 512, and the maximum right is 1023. The y-axis is disabled, it's not connected. Okay, so this servo motor takes the input of the joystick. So for example, if the input is less than 512, this is supposed to turn right. So we'll keep on decrementing its value until it reaches 0. But when it reaches 0, it's not decremented less than 0. Unlike if it's turned to the right, the value keeps incrementing until it reaches 90. This is 9 volts, not 5 volts like the joystick, and all grounders.
Hello, my name is Mahmoud Ahmed, 40-6143, and I'm going to talk about my contribution in the embedded system project. First of all, I talk about the RFID reader writer, which is connected to the Arduino using the SPI bus, using the SCK clock and SDA, and it is also connected to an enable pin which will be on the Arduino, and the reset pin on the Arduino, and also to the common ground and 3.3 volt. Basically what will happen is when the card is swiped, the car will unlock and the green LED here will light up. And another swipe, it will be locked and the red LED will light up, which take their input from the Arduino. Actually, both LEDs are connected to the same pin from the Arduino, but one acts as an active high and the other an active low. And for the RFID reader writer, that's all. And for the other part was the edge bridge connection, where that edge bridge has two outputs, or two motor outputs, which in our case, one output are the two right motors, or two left motors here, and the other two right motors here. And as for the input, it takes 12 volts from a battery, also connected to common ground, and it takes 6 inputs from the Arduino. First 3 are a PWM signal and 2 selection lines, which control the 2 motors here on the right. PWM signals, which will control the speed, and 2 selection lines when they are 1, 0, the direction will be frontward, 0, 1 will be backward, and 0, 0 does nothing, 1, 1 forces a brake. And the other 3 inputs which the edge bridge takes from the Arduino as an output from the Arduino is the same for the right motor, but for these 2 left motors here. And my third contribution was the Bluetooth module, which is here on the inside. We won't be able to see it clearly, but it has 4 pins, 5 volt ground, and RX TX pin, the RX pin will be connected to the TX pin on the Arduino, and the TX will be connected to the RX on the Arduino, which are the receiving and transmitting lines. And I believe that's all.